How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. If you guys would also please head over to Twitch, follow me there at Douglas447. Stream there at least once a week. You guys can also find me on Discord 6957. And as always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about a subscriber request movie, 10,000 BC. This movie is rated PG-13. It's about an hour and 48 minutes long. And this film came out in 2008. And this is a movie that I really haven't had any desire to ever watch. When it came out, I was just like, oh, look, it's another, dinosaur, primeval, historically weird action movie that I really just didn't care about. The trailers really haven't hyped me up. I, got the request to watch this movie and review it. And when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, this clearly came out in 2008 when they were just pumping out movie after movie after movie. And didn't think anything of this film really being all that spectacular. Surprisingly, I was wrong. This movie was actually really good. Now, it's got its flaws. It's not a perfect 10 out of 10. And for those of you who don't know what 10,000 BC is about, it's about a young hunter. And for the sake of this review, I will call him D. And he just goes on this really epic adventure to save the love of his life, basically. Dealing with other tribes, the Egyptians, a saber-toothed tiger, mammoths, trying to prove himself. Fulfilling a destiny. There's magic and witchcraft in here. There's a lot in this movie. Unfortunately, the biggest negative I want to talk about, first of all, is that there feels like there's just too many captains in the kitchen, so to speak, where things are just constantly happening, but the film doesn't know what to center on until like the last 20 to 30 minutes of the film. The film has great directing, awesome characters, and story, and the film takes its time to develop both. You really get a sense of, danger and awe, and while we, the audience members, know certain things, like the four-legged demon, could be the horse, or, the cat is called Sabretooth to us, it really takes its time to develop those things for us, and you're able to get attached to these characters when stuff happens and their life is on the line. The raiders being basically Egyptian slave traders I thought was really cool, and seeing the civilization of Egypt in its early stages I thought was a really cool thing to see. Unfortunately, a lot of the special effects and CGI really has not aged well. The practical effects, you can tell they're practical, and you can tell when the CGI and the green screen and special effects is being used. It really stands out like a sore thumb, unfortunately. It just has not aged well in that department. The actress for the love character of D constantly has this confused face for the whole movie, basically. It was really irritating. I was like, can this actress do anything else except do this? Or I'm like, can you act? She literally has it's just constantly in shock and awe and constantly confused with what's going on. And I'm like, I get that your role is really small, but you could have added something to the material. Another negative I want to talk about is that there are several moments, especially towards the end of the movie, where characters are talking to other characters, and because of them speaking different languages, we, the audience, can't understand what they're saying, and subtitles don't even help in this film. So I really wish that it was easier to understand what certain characters were saying. I mean, you're able to follow along, basically, with their motives, and it kind of forces the actors to actually have to act and be like, oh, I really want to sleep with this woman. But we can't understand that that's what he's saying. We have to understand that through his actions and his motives and his movement on screen. But it's just something that I thought was really annoying, that we couldn't understand everything that all the characters in this entire film were saying. Also, I know this film has been hit hardly by other critics saying this film is not 100% historically accurate. It may or may not be. I'm not going to dive into that debate, but I wanted to acknowledge that I do feel like there are certain things personally that I think are historically wrong. I'm not going to dive into it, but it's still a film that is fun to watch. It is a film that has a lot of stupendous character moments and action. It's an action flick, and I feel like this film is very underrated, and I do recommend you guys checking it out at least once. Watch it once. I know there's a lot of people out there that really hate this film. There are a lot of people out there that love this film. Me, personally, I've seen it now once, and I really don't have a desire to want to rewatch this anytime soon. I mean, I will rewatch it again in the future sometime. I bought it because it was cheap for $10 on Google Play. And I figured that was cheaper than just renting it for $5. And if I liked it a lot, I would keep it. So it's in my library, but it's not something I'm going to be like, woo, let's watch 10,000 BC. I'm not in that category of like, this is one of the best movies ever. It's got its flaws, it's got its problems, but I do encourage you guys to check out this very underrated movie. And with that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys, of course, have any movies or shows you guys want me to watch and review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. You guys all have an epic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.